Hey, what's up everybody? Mr. B here, and it is coming up on the end of the year. So some of you will be finishing up the last of your big competitions or anything else like that you've started working towards. And before you know it, it's gonna be 2026 and it's gonna start all over again. As martial artists, a lot of you know that we compete year round. We do not have like a short, succinct season by any stretch of the imagination. Most of us usually compete at least one event per month. Some of us maybe two, depending on where the events are and how many tournaments our local market has. So our team is preparing for at least 8 events next year, with one tournament, of course, being the tournament, the ICO World Championships in France in October of 2026. So you're going to be seeing a lot of content related to that and how we're preparing as a team, because it's not just me this time. I have 2 competitors that train here in my studio that have qualified for that event in France as well. And there's also going to be an opportunity for us to secure some more spots in May. So if you guys are interested, really interested in what it is going to take to attend a World Championship event and not just show up, but to podium, I want you guys to like and subscribe. I want you guys to follow this channel, because we are going to be bringing you a lot of updates around the team, a lot of team workouts, like what we're doing in an effort to prepare for this tournament in the future. But now we're coming into off season. And what are you doing? What are you doing in the off season to prepare for next year? A couple of questions I want you to be asking yourself. What do I want to stick with the same performance? Am I looking for a new kata for next year? If you're a contemporary individual, what tricks are you going to be doing to highlight your athleticism and to make you stand out in a pack that is just really dominant? Americans love contemporary martial arts. Like, we do a really good work at it. And so those are the big questions that I want you to be asking. If you're a fighter, okay, I want you to be talking to yourself about, how am I going to be a little bit faster off the blitz? How am I going to be able to draw my opponent in a little bit more off of my fakes? How am I going to be utilizing my angles better in an effort to create more scoring opportunities? And so, like, those are the big questions that I want you to have about your season. Now, if you had a really great season and you're a national champion or a world champion for that matter, what are you doing to maintain? Okay, because one of the hardest things that we ever have to deal with as competitors is, when we make it to the top of the mountain, how do we stay there? And how long can we stay there? And what are we doing so that we're not getting lazy at the top? Because that's really what happens to us when we achieve those big goals. We get that goal and we go, oh, yeah, I did it, great, huh? Whatever. And you know, maybe that's fine. Maybe you've accomplished your goal and you want to move on to a different goal, or maybe your goal is to maintain. And my goal is, once I've accomplished something really great, I want to maintain that level of athleticism, that level of fitness, for as long as I possibly can. And I'll be honest, that has to do with my own vanity and my own search for validation. That's why I have a YouTube channel, okay, as I'm looking for that next hit on my validation for why I do martial arts, even though I don't really need it. I love what I do. I get to work with small kids and help them become better adults every day. But as a competitor, I'm always searching for something next. What's the next goal? What's the next accomplishment that I want to have for myself as a competitor, so that when I look back on my martial arts career, when I'm ready to retire, I can personally be happy with it. And I want you to ask those same questions. So what am I doing to improve? What am I doing to maintain? And what do I need? What do I need in an effort to be better prepared for bigger events, if your goal is to attend some of these bigger events? And so what I would be telling you, number one, in your off season, don't let your cardio slip. I don't care if you're a kata player. I don't care if you're a fighter, okay? Be working on that cardio, okay? Like, kata performances are hard. They take it out of you. So, number one, be working on some cardio. And for those of you that are new to cardio or cardiovascular training, cardio gets a bad rap, okay? So, what am I doing to improve my overall heart and lung capacity? I would be telling you more active recovery workouts. What do I mean by an active recovery workout? I'm talking zone 2, zone 3. Workouts that don't even feel like workouts. They're easy Easy, easy, easy workouts. Okay, runners have been sitting on this information for years, like elite marathon runners have been sitting on this idea of going slow to go fast. So what I would tell you is it's not the level of intensity that you're looking for in your training, it's the volume and how much you're actually devoting to your skill and how you're actually getting better with your heart rate in a zone that is very comfortable, okay? And it feels counterintuitive, it really does, but there's a lot of science backed up around this. Like if you just want to look, like if you don't want to take my word for it, start researching zone 2 training. Okay, and the benefits from that are just absolutely incredible, and I would highly recommend that if you are not incorporating zone 2 cardio into your workout, you need to do that tomorrow, today, yesterday. Okay, zone 2 cardio should be in your workout plan. I don't care if it's just a walk. All right, so zone 2 cardio. Number 1, in this off season, you're trying to recover, maybe you're nursing an injury, I don't care what it is, but you're still trying to maintain a level of athleticism before you can start going into some higher intensity workouts. So, zone 2 cardio. Number 2, dynamic stretching. Okay, dynamic stretching is where we're moving, okay? So, not just holding our split, but we're actively working those muscles here. So one of my favorite stretches right now is this right here, and I'm gonna be stretching my adductors like this, okay? And that's gonna exhaust the muscles that wanna tighten up when I go out into my full split. There's another couple of routines that we'll make sure to post up on the channel as far as that. But zone 2 training, dynamic stretching. Number 3, what are you doing to increase your overall knowledge of the art? So let's say you're a kata player. In the World Karate Federation, the way that they have head-to-head rounds, particularly in the elite divisions, you cannot, like you're gonna compete kind of like sparring, head-to-head, 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 head-to-head. And in most elite divisions, you cannot do the same performance twice. And so what are you doing? What katas are you learning in an effort to increase your repertoire so that you do not run out of katas if you go deep into an event? Okay, so what are you doing to improve your overall understanding of what we call karate, or I call karate as an umbrella term, but what are you doing to increase your overall knowledge as a martial artist to make yourself a better competitor? Okay, and so for me, what that looks like this off season is I'm looking to add 4 new traditional katas to my repertoire, 4 new ones on top of the list that I already have, but 4 new performances by January. And so that's going to include Anandai, Paparen, probably Unsu, and I'm going to be working on our Genjutsu katas. For those of you that don't know Genjutsu, it's a type of Kempo karate, but we'll talk about that later. But a few of those as well. And so I am just stacked with learning new stuff. And if you guys are interested in those, we're going to have plenty of tutorials coming out. So I would love it, again, if you'd like and subscribe to the channel. So what am I doing to increase my overall knowledge? And number 4, strength training. For those of like for martial artists, I can understand how strength training might be a little counterintuitive, right? We want to be fast and live and nimble, and we want to be, we don't want to be bulked out, right? We don't want, like some of us do, don't get me wrong, I chased that kind of body aesthetic for years, right? But ideally, we don't want to be hypertrophic, okay? We want to be hyperplagic, okay? Which means we want high reps, okay? High reps, lower weight, but we also want to be incorporating a lot of our functional lifts into our strength training. Now, you'll hear this term get thrown around a lot, functional fitness, right? What is that exactly? Well, these are the movements that incorporate a lot of muscle groups at the same time. So your squat, your deadlift, your bench press is another one, and then of course your power clean, okay? These incorporate a lot of muscle groups at the same time, and they're pretty indicative of your overall strength as an athlete. And so if you are not doing these movements in your workout routines already, I would recommend it greatly. If you are not deadlifting and power cleaning, that would be the number one, like the 2 lifts that I would just put on your list yesterday to start getting good at. They do involve a lot of technique in order to not hurt yourself and to get to a place where you can move some weight and feel strong. But in regards to explosive power, being able to utilize your entire body, I can't stress that you try and do those movements more enough. Okay, so those are going to be my 4 big takeaways for you to start preparing for next year. Okay, so zone 2, okay, zone 2 workouts for your cardio. Increasing our overall dynamic stretching, zone 2 cardio, and increasing our overall knowledge of our art and performances so that we can improve. And then finally, number 4, strength training, particularly around the functional lifts, the big body movement lifts, the squat, the deadlift, the power clean, the bench press. All right? That's what I want you doing this off season. If you guys have any questions, please shoot me some comments. I would be happy to address any of them. And until next time, train hard, fight fast, score first. Asai.